All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Monday, May 13th, set today by Paul. Let's see what Paul has for us. Knicker, small amount of money. Seems like a double definition, but what exactly is knicker? Now, to nick something can mean to steal it. So is it another word for a thief? Or could it be something that makes a nick, a cutter or something? No, I'm not seeing it. Let's try some of the downs. Tenant fees seldom put up, not entirely. Well, put up makes me think of reversal. And not entirely. Could it be a hidden? Oh, yes. So a tenant, somebody who leases a property, could be the lessee, and lessee is hidden within fees seldom, but it's backwards put up. And then not entirely just tells us it's part of those words. All right. So now the knicker, I'm thinking something ER. Oh, a copper, I was thinking is a small coin. And of course, in slang, a policeman, when they arrest somebody, they nick them. So a knicker could be a policeman, a copper. That should be handy. Let's try this two down first. Strong wind on crane, worried worker without contract. Is that going to be a worker without contract? A freelancer could be, yeah, it's 10 letters. But how is that? Strong wind on crane. Worried, of course, can be an anagram indicator. Oh, we do have crane within Lancer. Let me put it in and see. Oh yeah, crane are the last 5 letters. Oh, strong is forte, I think, in musical terms, F. And I think it might be wind is to reel someone in, wind them in. So I think it is freelancer. All right, crazy, motorway driver, C, precisely. Oh my goodness. I'm guessing the definition is going to be precisely. Motorway is often MI, representing the M1. I think it could be AI. No, A1. No, I think it has to be MI. Crazy, mad, nuts. Could it be an anagram? Maybe crazy indicating an anagram of MI plus driver. But then that C is left over. No, not saying it. All right. Agree how money might possibly be liquidated. I think it might be a double definition, where agree is a straight definition, but then how money might possibly. Oh, I think we had a very similar clue before. It's to do with the fact that the killing of something, as in regicide, fratricide, that side ending suggests something is being liquidated, and money might be a coin. So coincide and then coincide, agree. Yeah, and we see the definition of agree a lot for coincide. I don't know why it keeps coming up, but I think it does. All right, well, that should be useful. Some nice starters. Flooding, ruins, fantastic hotel. Oh, fantastic might be an anagram. We have an I and an S. So I think we're going to anagram ruins and then follow it with H for hotel, and it's going to mean flooding. Now, that has to be inrush, not a word you see very often, but an inrush of water, I think, would be a flood. All right. Tender payment in support of secretary. Ooh, I think it might be tender now, is it? Which sense? The sense in the clue, which is to offer or to provide tender payment, or tender as in kindly, gentle, payment in support of secretary. No, I do see we seem to be having a lot of money related clues. I skipped over this one. Gold coin unknown as penny farthing. Well, penny farthing was that old bicycle, excuse me, with one wheel bigger than the other. But could it be word play? I know a penny in the old uh, system was a D, DLSD. I don't know what did farthing have a letter? Gold. Oh, gold could be OR. And then something for a coin. And then something. A Y could be one of the unknowns, X, Y, or Z. I'm just saying we could put a dinar is a coin and we get ordinary, but how is ordinary a penny farthing? Let me pause and look that up. Well, I don't think I ever knew this before, but the penny farthing was also known as a high wheel, which I can understand, high wheeler, or an ordinary. I wonder why it was called an ordinary. Um, Ordinary was used to distinguish them from the emerging safety bicycles. Ah, so there was a time when that was the standard, I suppose. That's crazy. Now, speaking of crazy, maybe crazy is the definition, and it's am I something for a driver? But what crazy word would begin with am I? No. Credit people having failed exam. Oh, could it be credit people? Having failed exam, I'm wondering if the letter F is going to come into it. I mean, that would be the failing grade, right? F. And people having failed, maybe credit. We just have to have some word for people, and we put an F in the middle of it. Yeah, not seeing it. Plaything, time after time, having gone up. Well, 2-2 with that first Y, I'm wondering if it could be yo-yo. And is it simply a cryptic definition that it goes up and down? Or else Y for year, time after time, having gone up? No, I'm also wondering if it could be something to do with a toy, which goes up, becomes YO, but you remove the T. No. Yeah, yeah, no idea why that is right if it is right. Let's see if this is going to end in a Y. Without risk, I am more money. Bank on shilling. Old money. I presume the definition is going to be without risk. And maybe it's going to be an adverb ending in ly. Bank on shilling. Old money. What is old money? I know there's a phrase to distinguish from the nouveau riche, the old money, but I think we're going to put a word for bank onto an S for shilling, and then, oh, maybe an O for old, and then something for money. No, not seeing it. Fraud, pattern, deliberate. Oh, it could be deliberate. I think the definition might be fraud. Is there some criminal type of fraud that fits that letter pattern? Alternatively, oh, a fraud could be a con, and then a word for a pattern, and then it's going to mean deliberate or deliberate. What's a word for a pattern? Let's try to think if it could be something like a sequence, consequence, but that A, pretty confident in. All right, how about payment method recalled with sovereign, a coin of old? So which end is the definition? The only thing I'm thinking is there is a payment method, cash on delivery, COD, and if that is recalled, you would get DOC, and then you put it with a sovereign. Could it simply be king? Was there an old coin called a docking? Let me put it in and see. Well, 12 down would then have a G there. Material for modeling credit in Spain. I'm thinking the definition will be material for modeling some kind of clay or styrofoam. Plasticine? Plasticine is 10 letters. Oh, just thinking if that was a P, I looked up and I thought contemplate. So to deliberate might be to contemplate something, and a template is definitely a pattern. Let me get rid of that. That would then, if it was, well, of course, I can't think why it would be plasticine for modeling credit. No, not seeing it. All right. Capital, money held by staff. I wonder if it is a city that is a capital city. And we're going to have a word for money inside a word for staff. Well, a staff could be a rod. What could it be beginning with a C? Staff can be a verb as well. And what capitals begin with C? Lots of them, of course. Now, start to earn sterling. It doesn't seem to be enough in that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sweet thing with lapel put up. Hmm. I presume maybe it's going to be a dessert of some kind. Lapel put up. Is that just saying you put it backwards? Lepal? But no, I don't think so. Thing with lapel put up. No. Old coin. Sol. I think there was an old coin, but I don't think it's going to be as obvious as that. Again, I think old, I always think O first, so O followed by a coin. There is a footballer, Sol Campbell. Don't think it's him. Pipsqueak should save money. That's basic. I think again we're going to put a word for money inside a word for a pipsqueak, and we're going to get a word that means basic. I'm wondering if a pipsqueak could be a runt. And something like a ruminant, well, that's not basic. Or the U might go there. Basic. Standard, of course. But I don't see a pipsqueak or money. No. All right, booze alongside drinking money. Wow, what is that? Oh, I'm thinking drinking could be a wordplay indicator that once again we have to put a word for money inside something else, meaning alongside. Oh, alongside might simply be by. Um, and so, what is a booze? Oh, the rand. Ah, so maybe the theme is a lot of. Well, I mean, we know it's financial, but I do wonder if we're going to be putting in a lot of currencies. The rand inside of buy, and you get brandy. I like it. All right, did I skip over any of the acrosses? I don't think so. All right, where do we leave off? American hunter accommodated in lodge. Well, American is often simply an A, so that would be part of the wordplay, and it's going to mean lodge, which they want us to think it's a place where you stay, but it may be the verb to lodge. American hunter accommodated. No, not saying it. Without money, blagger wasted opportunity ultimately. Well, ultimately sounds like wordplay too, so I think then the definition might be without money, ending in a Y. Huh. Impecuniary or something like that. Poverty. Now, what is a blagger? I think a blagger is somebody who talks their way into free things or into parties they shouldn't be invited to. A blagger. Wasted opportunity. Well, opportunity ultimately, I'm pretty sure is just that Y. So maybe a word for drunk. Without money. No, not seeing it. Exhilarated. Start event. I think it's going to be A double definition. Something for exhilarated that is also going to mean start event. I'm going to pause and think about it. The bin men are outside, so I'll wait until they go by. Well, I got nothing for this other than to note exhilarated is past tense, whereas start event is present. So there must be some funny words that can mean past or current. Lift something, I don't know. Tea vessel tipped up in Hindu center. Well, the first tea vessel I think of is an urn. But tea, but maybe not, because that would make this end maybe an NRU. Hindu center. Could it be a Hindu? Well, it could be an Indian city. No. Oh, could the definition be tea? And it's a vessel that's tipped up inside of IND, which is Hindu center. That's not going to work well either. That R is in an unfortunate place. All right, how about limitless adventure holiday, thousands of miles away. Limitless sounds like wordplay that you take the outer letters away from a word. Could it be a word for an adventure holiday? Would have six. Safari, maybe. Oh, if you take the S and the I away, you get afar. Now, I don't know why thousands. Does that have anything to do with the S and the I you would remove? Or is it just saying if you're thousands of miles away, you're definitely afar? I don't know, I'm not sure about that one. All right, how about Guinea, say, pound plus? Well, I'm wondering if Guinea is an example of a country, and say could also be a homophone, but I think it's as a country. Oh, and the pound in LSD was the L, and then plus could be and so a land as a synonym for a country. I can see that. All right. Now our sweet thing with lapel put up. Oh, there probably is some dessert, but I'm not sure what the lapel put up is. Sweet thing. No. Here's our pipsqueak. Maybe it is runt. Oh, rudiment. Which has dime inside of it. I know the word rudimentary. I suppose I do know the rudiments. Yeah, I think we usually see it plural, don't we? People talk about the rudiments of something. So there we go. Now, this does look like plasticine. I'm just not 100% sure how to spell it. Oh, we do have Spain, now that I see it. Oh, we do have tick. Isn't that an English expression to put something on tick? But we do have SPA. I-N. Oh no, the I then is part of Spain, so it's not part of tick. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I'm only at the 25-minute mark, but I am going to click the check this button. Oh, I think maybe the second I is how you can have tick. So let's check it now. Yeah, so it was a plasticine. Oh, I loved the smell of plasticine as a child. Um, all right, so we'll have to go to 15 squared to see how the wordplay is working. Start to earn. I think it's something like get cracking, maybe. Start to. I wonder if they're putting that in for the Cracking the Cryptic YouTube channel. I think we all love Simon and Mark and appreciate their videos. I do prefer the crossword ones to the Sudoku ones. I mean, Sudoku is fine, but I don't know about you, but I think I got some burn in on my TV screen from watching some long Sudoku solve. But they always say at the start of their videos, let's get cracking. Start? But then how is it to earn? Oh, I think it's to start to do something is get cracking. Earn is to get. And I suppose sterling as an adjective, they put on a sterling display, they put on a cracking display. Yeah, it's a little loose, but I can see it. All right, now our tea vessel tipped up. Oh, tea, of course, could be cha. And then a vessel. Oh, yes, a famous vessel was the ark, which tipped up becomes KRA. And so you get your chakra, which I suppose is a center of energy in Hindu belief. Is that right? I always hear people talking about chakras, but not in a Hindu context. All right, our old coin, Sol, of course, Sol is sun as well, right? So, is there somebody called Sol Tanner? Because there is an old coin called a Tanner. Let me just pause and look that up. Well, there is a brand, Sol, that is a self-tanning cream. Could that be it? Is it well known enough? I mean, when I thought of Sol Tanner, I was thinking of a person. Of course, also sounds a little bit like Sultana, but I'm going to put it in, but I'm not 100% sure about it. Now, our without money, blagger, wasted, opportunity ultimately. What the G I'm fairly confident of. So is that going to be part of? Oh, blagger wasted, of course, could be an anagram of blagger, which is 7 letters plus the Y. Ah, yes. So what is without money? I think it's going to be RLY. What do we have left? B, another G. Oh, beggarly, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, so maybe Tanner is right. Oh, we're going to have a funny N something N there. I don't know if that could be right. American Hunter. Well, maybe it's an American as in Ohioan or something like that. Accommodated. Oh, a lodge could be an inn. Oh, how about an. Ah, yes. Indianan. I'm not sure I've ever heard, well, maybe I have, but somebody from Indiana would be an Indianan. And so the hunter is Diana, and she is accommodated inside an inn. All right, well, then I'm fairly confident in Tanner. I'll go ahead and check it. It is right. All right. Now our capital, money held by staff. Where is this? NCE. Could be N and a vowel. Held by staff. Could a staff be a Q? Maybe it ends in NUE or this begins CU. I'm going to actually, I do need to finish early today, so I'm going to cheat and look at wordplays.com, see what words fit that letter pattern. It's not a capital city I would have thought of. I would just think of it as it's a pepper, right? Cayenne. And so the money is the yen, and then the staff is a cane. All right. Exhilarated, start, event. Oh, could it be something game? Start, event. Start could also mean to jump, to be surprised. Event. Oh, or maybe it is an event and it's formed by exhilarated and start. Not seeing it. All right, I think I'm going to have to resort to word plays for this one too. It is not a doc. The payment method is by card, which backwards gives you Droc. Sovereign is His Majesty, and then A is simply A, and a drachma is an ancient Greek coin. So exhilarated would be high. And to start, I was right. It is, if you're surprised, you might start or jump. And the high jump, I should have thought of that. Ooh, 22 is looking like flapjack. And so a lapel, I think, is a flap. And therefore, put up. Yes, if you put up prices, you jack them up, I suppose. All right, how about tender payment in support of secretary? Oh, all right. Has to be a vowel between the P and the R. I'm going to pause, go through the vowels. Oh, and Y, I suppose. The only word I'm coming up with is parental. And I suppose if you're being parental, maybe you're being tender. But what is the payment in support of secretary? I do not see that, so let's check it. It is correct. How is that correct? Again, 15 squared will have to rescue us. All right, just 4 left. Let's try crazy, motorway, driver, C, precisely. Well, I'm thinking, could it be minutely? Am I not? Yes, so driver really is really not needed, except I think if you say you saw a crazy motorway driver, they would be an M1 nut. And C is that Bishop's area, and we see Ely come up quite a lot. All right. And so minutely, I suppose, precisely. Without risk, bank on shilling old money. What's the name for the pre-decimal money? What do you call that with the pounds, shilling, and pence? But without risk, I think could also be the definition. Of course, without can also mean outside of. So outside of a word for risk, we might have bank on shilling. Oh, securely, maybe? How would that work? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to check it. It is right, but again, I'm going to have to rely on 15 squared. Credit people having failed exam. Well, having failed exam. Having passed an exam would be aced. But having failed an exam, is there the opposite? I think just failed. I'm going to put in aced and just check it. No, okay, I'm going to reveal this. Amex. Okay. So I think maybe it's credit people. A company that gives credit is American Express, and it's an anagram or failed exam. Oh my goodness, did not see that at all. Yeah, I think you just don't expect to see abbreviations like Amex, but of course it's fair. But anyway, well, let's go and see what 15 squared has to say. All right, today's blog is by Lunapic. A rare Monday outing for Paul. I am still not at the point where I know these setters and what their usual appearances are. Money as the central theme. The grid was, yeah, I did notice the grid didn't have a lot of starting letters to give us, but anyway, cryptic misdirection. Definitely a little tougher than normal Monday. All right. So I think of the acrosses, so securely, rely is to bank on something. On S plus the eku. Oh, I don't think I've heard of the eku, so I don't know what country that is. And then 23, Tanner. Oh, Sol is another word for the sun, which tends, so it's nothing to do with the brand name. Okay. Then on the downs, yeah, the nut is a crazy driver on the M1. Okay. Parental, rental is payment in support of a PA. And tender is the definition, parental. Okay. Yo-yo, it was toy. Time after time having gone up. So I think there's some words here doing a lot of duty. There's nothing that says you have a plaything twice other than time after time, but then having gone up, having gone and up, that's, I think, a little unfair, but there you go. Credit is plastic, in is in, and E is Spain. So the registration. Okay. And then I think I got the other downs. All right, very tricky one. A bit easier than usual. Paul, okay, I'll take their word for it. Anyway, I got there. I think there was just that one at the end I had to reveal. Was there? Maybe there was another one. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Thanks for watching and have a great day.